Day 16, and luckily today the weather was on our side. We start with the usual process, removing all the loose items from the van. Last night we glued down the beams, so I give them a quick check. They seem pretty solid, so now we can move on to doing the edges. Even though I've opted for 12mm ply, which is pretty thick, I decided I still wanted some battens on the outside. I just feel that the floor will finish better if the edges are screwed down. I have to say, I was actually pleasantly surprised with how good this no more nail stuff actually is. Anyway, my plans for the van do involve extending the floor over the step. I wanted to build an extension over the step that was approximately 400mm wide. This is because I plan to build a bench along behind the chairs of the cab. I mean, I'm no carpenter, so I wouldn't expect anything amazing, but what I found was this really cheap wood I got was 38mm. So 2 layers of that wood at 38mm makes 76mm, plus 2 12mm ply makes 100mm, which is the exact height of the step. So I thought that was a perfect combination to build my little floor extension. There we go, lovely. After I finished the step, I decided I wanted to change things up a bit and work on the floor. So I started at the back and worked my way to the front. I'd recommend if you're converting your own van and you already have floor panels in place, then use these as a template. The floor panels I had weren't quite good enough, so I just started from scratch. The wheel arches don't have to be perfect for me because I'm going to box around them anyway. But I'd also recommend trying to keep the factory cut straight edges as your joins. This will just make things line up so much easier. But as some of you guys know, things don't always go to plan, and sometimes you do have to just improvise. So now I'm making my final tweaks until I'm happy with the result. Now it's time to see how well these actually fit. I have also been told that you don't want it to be too tight. If it's too tight, wood does expand in the heat. So this is just something to bear in mind. After admiring my day's work, it's time to call it a day, pack up, and here I'm going to explain a little bit more about my plans. The gap around there doesn't matter too much because it might need to be bigger anyway, because there's going to be some 10mm insulation over this. I'll probably end up boxing it in as well with some wood. But yeah, overall, it fits quite nicely. But here, this corner is where the shower is going. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the shower yet. So that's why the floor battens aren't down. So I might end up doing like a square around the exact shape of the shower, I don't know. But it's going to be like one of them corner quadrants. It's going to be 700mm, curve, 700mm. I'm getting a black slate. Down here, we made this earlier as well. This is literally to extend the floor here because I'm going to have like a bench going along this way. The plan for the insulation is there's going to be some cheap soundproof slash insulation that's like 10mm thick. Going to have some of that that's going to be on all of the metal. Then there's going to be foil stuck over the wood. And then I'm getting some 25mm PIR board that's going to work perfectly and be in line with the wood there. Where is the chat phone? I just heard it. Is it under the floor? So after using my chat phone for support for under the floor, I decided to call it a day. See you guys in tomorrow's video.